do you think of QUT parking?
Well, it's pretty rubbish. There's a lot of issues with QUT parking that can be resolved, I guess, and a lot of students are definitely unhappy with how it is. And I guess the biggest issue is that there's really quite good public transport to both campuses. But the issue is which students need parking more than others, and how do you regulate that?
I think the parking at QUT is really bad. Every time I come, I have to get here before 8 o'clock. If I don't, you can't get a full day parking. You can only get for like 2 hours, and it still costs you like $8.
Oh, it's just a bit of a organised chaos, isn't it, really? I mean, it's just a bit mental trying to get in here and park and get to where you need to be, and then getting out again, it's just not as easy as it could be.
I'm a resident here, and there's between about 400 people that live at CLB. There's probably about 15 parks in total.
It was better when I didn't have to pay for it, but I guess they have to regulate it, so I can't really complain.
QUT's Brisbane campuses, Gardens Point and Kelvin Grove, are its most populated and where the main source of parking contention lies. Due to the integration of Kelvin Grove Urban Village and QUT at its Kelvin Grove campus, students can park in the 380 regulated street parks and 802 shared staff and student car parks. 29,000 students attending Gardens Point campus have only 193 car parks to choose from. We asked Andrew Froud, Director of Facilities Management at QUT, to get his views on the topic. How does the parking system work?
Okay, there's two sets of permits. There are long-term permits, and then there are short-time permits, and they're typically 4 hours, although some at Kelvin Grove are for 8 hours, and they're just where you go and put your money in the machine and you get a ticket for the day.
Do you receive a lot of complaints from the student body or the student guild about parking?
Yeah, it's always going to be a contentious issue where you've got a high demand for permits. For example, we issue roughly 2,000 long-term permits, but we get 8,000 applications for it, so it's going to be 6,000 people who miss out, and they will feel their case is worthy.
Students pay to get parks. If it was free, then it would be substantially harder to get them. Do you agree?
If it was free, probably a lot more are going to turn up and drive around looking for a car park. It's not going to give us any more car parks. We operate parking internally as a business within QUT, in that the salaries of the people who manage the parking are paid for from the income. We have to redo line marking every now and then, and we actually build car parks using the money we've raised from permits.
Even so, at peak and non-peak times, it can take over an hour to get a park on both campuses. Will there ever be a solution to this?
I don't know whether we really want to have this campus with a car park for every student and staff member. Have a lot of area of bitumen, and really from a sustainability point of view, do you want all those cars coming in? Because if we're doing that sort of thing, they're going to clog up all the roads coming in, and it's a bad thing for our environment. I think it's far better that we have a balance. What's that right balance? It's hard to say what's the right number.
Students at QUT have outed the parking as organised chaos and not what it should be, but this isn't the first time we've heard it. A quick Google search reveals an array of news articles labelling QUT parking a joke, and 2 Facebook groups, QUT Parking Sucks and QUT KG Parking is Stupid, promoting the fact that QUT parking hasn't been up to scratch long before we got here. We spoke to Andrew Froud, Director at QUT's Facilities Management, who revealed that even if he had the required resources, he wouldn't want to build a car park for every staff and student member at QUT's Kelvin Grove and Gardens Point campus. But he did reveal that they were building 270 new car spots at Gardens Point right now. Still, with demand exceeding supply at a ratio of 4:1, it's not making much headway in QUT's parking problem. As Mr. Froud said, it's always going to be a contentious issue. I think he's probably right.